never slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
This is going to be about a guy I knew. I didn't really know him, but I talked to him one time at Missouri State Penitentiary. I was coming off a visit. The visits were in, and there's a bunch of us leaving, and they had me and this other guy that was in population with me, and they had put this other guy in this cage, dressing out and stuff. They put him in the cage because he was in PC. Well, he gets to talking to us. I'm not talking to him. I don't know this dude. I don't even know the other dude real well. And I was in population with him. But the other dude gets a call on him. Says, man, you're a rat, man. You ratted on your partner. After I get out, I done some research on him. Read up on him. This guy's name's Dennis Skillikorn. Everybody just called him Skillikorn though. But he was arrested in 1979 and had second-degree murder and he only did 13 and a half years on it and got out in 92. But anyway, getting a little ahead of myself. He he just keeps going on, and he tells us, I mean, he wouldn't stop talking. He tells us how when he gets out, he's going to go across on a crime spree across the United States towards the west. Keep that in mind. He told us this. This guy keeps going on about him, you know, saying he's a rat and all this and that, and that's why he was in PC and this and that. And anyway, years later, I get transferred everything. He gets out in 92, this Skillikorn guy. Years later, I get sent to Potosi Correctional Center. And there he is. In the meantime, we had heard about a crime spree across the United States. It was on the news and everything, and his name was in it. Well, I get to Potosi. After hearing all this stuff on the news about him and everything, and this was in 99, he's doing good there. I mean, he's actually helping people. I can't fault him for that, you know. He did a lot of good. But that's not the point. He comes up to me one day. He's in population. And Potosi's real small. There's like 800 people there. The COs know everybody. He comes up to me one day. I already knew who he was. I mean, he hadn't changed that much. He still looked the same. He said, man, don't I know you? And I said, no, I don't think so. He goes, I think I know you. Anyway, you know, he's just one of those talkers. And he says, man, they got me charged with a bunch of, how can I put it? Deleting people. And he goes, I'm not guilty of it. I said, hold up, man. You and I did talk once. Coming off a visit, and you said you was going to go on this crime spree across the United States. He goes, I was just joking. I was just joking. I said, yeah, I thought you were too. I thought you were just talking a bunch of bull. But I said, here we are. He goes, well, there's a Kansas City Star reporter that is going to get me off of this, you know. I found out later they had a relationship, but, you know, she started reporting on the what he'd done and everything, and ends up having a relationship with him. But apparently, I gotta look at my notes here. He teams up with a Alan Nicholson and a Tim DeGraffenreid. And after he gets out in '92, and in Higginsville, the car had broke down, and so this 47-year-old Richard Drummond came to help him, and they took his car and took him to some field and deleted him. They made it to Kingman, Arizona. They get stuck. They go to a house. This guy, Joseph, his last name is Babcock, decides to help him and goes back out there to where their vehicle was at. They take him out too. And then come back and take his wife out, Charlene. Eventually they're spotted in Battle Mountain, Nevada, and well, they spotted speeding away, and they had deleted a trucker named Paul Hines. In the meanwhile, the FBI is starting to look for him now because they had arrested the young kid that was with him, that Tim DeGraffenreid. He had split up from him and went into hiding. They arrested him, and he started telling things about what was happening. Well, they eventually arrest him, and you know, they got the death penalty. Skillikorn was executed in 2009 in Bonne Terre. They had moved the executions from Potosi to Bonne Terre by then, and this Nicholson was in 2013. But this DeGraffenreid, I don't understand, because he kind of like split up from them before they got into all these other states. He gets a life sentence, and it says it's in another state. I'm thinking it might be in this state. It may be Kansas. I don't know. But anyway, when you go to prison, you hear a lot of people talking stuff about what they're going to do when they get out. And some of them do it and some of them don't. You know, a lot of them end up right back in prison. But when you hear somebody say something like what this Skillikorn, Dennis Skillikorn, said, you don't believe it. You know, you just kind of laugh it off. There was one guy one time that came to, he was in prison before too, and he was talking about how the police is not going to take him alive and stuff like this, you know, and this and that, you know. I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory. Well, he ends up back in prison, and people ask him, hey man, what happened to, he goes, man, I got surrounded at this motel by cops, and you know, they was all white. I didn't want to hurt any white people, and but yet you're committing all these crimes against white people. People are stupid, man. Anyway, that's all I got for you, and I thank you for watching.